Man, the fucking internet is being really shitty today. Fuck this. What up, YouTube? We're back at it like we never left.
That's a better comment.
So Sydney Watson is suing Eliza Schaefer over sexual harassment allegations. And all that wind is a howling today like a wolf. Oh, back at the moon. But anyways, yeah, no, people are fucking pissed off at Sydney Watson. They're calling her a grifter. And this is the problem with women like Amber Heard who lie about their shit. Is it completely discredits real people who have gone through some shit. I'm about to pimp slap somebody with this, dude. Straight up, motherfucker. So I'm responding to this fucking lawyer dude, this dude's videos. Fangirl Kate, shout out to you. She sent the video. She's like, we'd love your opinions on this. This is really a fucking 2 hour long video. Wait, I can't really see what these. Okay, hold on. Well, I'll put it back on. Give me a second. Yeah, it's 2 hour and 36 second video. Fuck me. Hashtag I stand with Sydney Watson because it's just the right thing to do. And then, take it as case by case kind of thing. And then when you find out people are, it's just you want to call it cringe, but how would you feel if you were raped or sexually harassed and your accuser got away with it? You would hate it. Hashtag put yourself in someone else's shoes, you know?
And at least he acknowledged his own bias. Then I can forgive Jeremy for that. And look, I told you guys, this is why you agree with people on issues, but you do not worship them. Let's work together where we can on issues.
There's nothing wrong with worshiping your idols as long as it doesn't cross the line. And I read an article about some crazed Cradle of Filth fan, and you know me, man. I got a Cradle of Filth band logo tattooed in my two favorite colors. And it looks good too, man. It was posted on the Cradle of Filth Instagram, and it got a lot of likes from the band members. Fucking rock and roll, stay filthy. You know. But like that one crazy Cradle of Filth fan who showed up to Suffolk, England, and started harassing Danny Filth and his wife, I was like, that's too far, dude. I worship the ground Ozzy Osbourne and Danny Filth walk on, but I have respect as somebody who's a mild celebrity myself. Like celebrities are entitled to their privacy, but at the same time, you got to be careful about what you post on social media, and I've had to learn that lesson the hard way multiple times. Well, that's just the thing of it, man. Like, people will show up to my door like, "Oh my God, you King Cobra," and it's like, "Do I know you?" And I don't know how the fuck they got my address. People are gang stalking me on the internet. It is what it is. I don't have to gang stalk my trolls to get inside their head. I'm already fucking there. Check out my customized girl because it's troll hunting season. Yeah.
But let's not get into this. I've got to adopt their lifestyle. I've got to 100% be them. Stop that.
Why? Why? Ozzy Osbourne's idol is John Lennon from the Beatles. He worships the Beatles. And he made a thing out of it. Now, not very many people are going to be successful at doing that. Hey, Jude. I couldn't help myself. I had to do it. Like, you're one of Ozzy Osbourne's biggest fans, and he can sing like the Beatles and shred guitar. Oh, glorious.
Idols have flaws too. Everybody.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, nobody's perfect, but
flaws. Take what you can, what you want for your own life, and use it your own way. Do your own. Stop trying to be like these people.
Stop trying to be like these people. Fuck that. There's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from someone else. There's a big difference between me idolizing Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, and bite-sized Cobra videos. Big difference. You know, you don't see me stealing Ozzy's music and putting it on my albums and then like talking shit on him, you know, kind of thing. That's fucked. Bite-sized Cobras can fucking suck a fat horse cock.
Squid says, not sure how Jeremy is behind the scenes, but he's not openly degenerate like Elijah was, and Cindy was very uncomfortable with that. Yeah, and we'll get into that. And by the way, I'm not letting Elijah off the hook. To be completely honest with
Yeah,
you,
Elijah Schaefer sounds like a real fucking prat, to be honest. Like somebody gonna get Pimp Kane slapped, motherfucker. Because pimping that life ain't easy.
it's like just my take on Elijah in general. I always thought Elijah was fucking weird. I never watched You Are Here because Elijah.
The only reason I watched You Are Here is because Sydney Watson was on it. And despite all the bullshit, she gave me a shout out, you know, and she's actually a moderator on my channel. So that's cool. You know, she's like way more popular than I am on YouTube, way more subscribers. And I don't appreciate everyone dogging on her like this. Like, okay, hypothetical, if she's lying about the sexual harassment just to get attention, then that's fucked. But I don't want to just assume that right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying that, you know, because she's pretty and she's give me a shout out. You know, you got to think to yourself, how would it feel if you were in her shoes? People are out there saying all kinds of fucked up shit like, oh, you fucking asshole, you fucking blah, 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 you know.
Came off to me as a weirdo.
Yeah, I don't know, like what the fuck. When I'm watching You Are Here with Eliza Schaefer and Sydney Watson, they had this one guest on there that was bald. He had a beard. You know the guy I'm talking about. And Sydney Watson read a comment, not knowing the full story, and the dude just completely went soy boy incel and said, "Fuck you, Sydney." And I was like, "What?" Okay, how about being like, hey, you know what? If you're a real man, you can like, and that's what's frustrating about being a man is you can't say anything without someone accusing you of mansplaining. So of course the guy was feeling that pressure, and on top of that, Sydney Watson didn't know the full story about that dude or his wife or whatever, you know. Instead of being like, hey, you know what? I don't appreciate you saying that, and here's the full context of the story. Just straight F you. And I'm like, okay, dude, chill. Jesus Christ. It's fucking stupid. If you buy a Cobra cane with like a sword attached to it, make sure you go to a credible website. The second one I bought was poorly made. The first one I bought, the one I had when I was a kid, was well crafted, but it was like, you know, you can get into a lot of trouble having a concealed sword cane, so be careful with them if you do get one. They're great for a collection if you like swords and like martial arts type shit, you know. Ka-cha! Cobra Kai, motherfucker.
I just when I saw him, I was like, he's kind of cringe. I can't watch this guy. Hearing him speak makes me kind of feel weird.
Yeah, and Eliza Schaefer has had some really fucking shitty guests on his show. No offense, Elijah, but that Ted Cruz asshole, whatever his fucking name was, that incel piece of shit. You know, you only had him on there, that one Cruz asshole. You know who I'm talking about? That one fucking dude who's never been laid, and it's like I forget his last name is Cruz. That's all I know. I'm like, dude, you think women aren't sexually frustrated too? You think women don't get a little itch in their cooch? Like, man, and that's what unites us as people when it comes to like dry spells and not getting any, is both women and men feel the same way about these issues. But it's never called out as, why can't we just unite on that and learn to love each other? Instead, it's, oh, it's all men's fault or it's all women's fault. And you constantly hear all these fucking articles about women and men bitching about each other. You know, I know when I get a little bit drunk and I go off on my gender rants, people are gonna take what I say and get it twisted. And I have nothing but respect for women. It's not about getting laid, it's about being a decent human being, you know. If I get some pussy out of it, that's a bonus, in my honest opinion. It's like I don't need my bros' approval, you know, to stand up for male equality as a man. And I sure as hell don't need pussy to approve, you know, my support of women and feminist rights. You know, I am literally a MGTOW feminist, if that makes any sense. It just basically means I stand up for gender equality, and I don't care when I get laid. Yeah. After 6 years, you just almost 6 years of not having any, you're just kind of like, fuck it. See where life takes you. That's the journey, isn't it? Dust in the wind. Ah.
I frankly thought he was playing for the other team, if y'all know what I'm saying. Like, I didn't think he was straight, which I don't care about.
Well, obviously you care, otherwise you wouldn't assume. And doesn't that get annoying, you know? And that's just how it is with guys. Like, I get it. Like, oh, you're so gay, bro. And it's like, no, I'm not, dude. And like, that's the problem with like homosexuality being stigmatized in our society. And fuck sickos, dude. Just because we allow homosexuals and LGBTQ to do their thing doesn't mean we now have to start, you know, fuck that. If you want to continue to stigmatize things like pedophilia and rape, that's one thing. But to sit there and crap on somebody because they like the same sex, you know what I'm saying? It's crass, is what it is. Like, this guy is clearly gay because he's always going off about like anyone who, like, you watch this guy's videos, the legal whatever the fuck, you know, the guy I'm watching right now. I'll post a link in chat for you to check it out. It's like, why the fuck do you care if the NFL goes a little woke and supports gay rights? It's what it is. This guy right here, check it out. Check it out. You tend to find the people who are like the most homophobic are secretly gay, and that's the truth.
I really don't give a shit. But you know, it was just very, very interesting.
If you don't give a shit, then why bring it up in the first place? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're defending yourself, that's one thing.
So let's dive right into this. Let's not waste too much time here because I wanna get right into this issue. Zoom in here. Okay. Ooh, that's a bad quality photo. Let's see if I can find a better one. Well, obviously you guys know that Elijah and Sydney, for those who need background, because some people might need some background here. Obviously, Elijah and Sydney had their podcast together, You Are Here. And you know, they had some big guests on there. They had some big moments, and we're gonna get to those, but you know, they worked together for a decent amount of time. I mean, here's the photo of them together when they're on the stream together, you know, the You Are Here logo. Those who don't know, right, or what this was, they worked together for a while. I'm not really sure exactly how long their podcast went for, right? But for a decent amount of time, they had a podcast, and it actually was getting a decent amount of traction. they were doing all right.
When you use laundry sauce, the world's best smelling premium laundry pods, life just smells better. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You sauce?
I do. You smell saucy. Deep amber, smooth suede, and soft seductive musk.
Australian sandalwood. Orange blossom, bergamot, and gentle lavender with the allure of timeless elegance.
Egyptian rose.
Premium pods passionately perfumed.
Like designer cologne for your clothes.
I call it cologne.
I call it irresistible. Take me.
Click the link for the love of laundry.
Oh my god, that was so cheesy, dude.
You know, and
That's why I use tactical soap, because it gets the that commercial was cheesy, yes, but the way that woman reacted to that man when she smelled him, like, oh my god, you smell irresistible. You know, that's why I rock the tactical soap YouTube. Yeah.
like any other podcast, some people like it, some people don't. It's their cup of tea. It's not their cup of tea.
The only reason I tuned into that fucking podcast is because I support Sydney Watson, and I'm like, oh yay, Sid's on another another podcast. Cool, man.
My good buddy Nick Rekieta was on that podcast. So Nick could talk about his experience on there. And in fact, we're going to see in this lawsuit, we have a Nick Rekieta appearance. Nick Rekieta could be deposed for this lawsuit. Nick Rekieta could be testifying in this lawsuit, which would be amazing. Wolf Spain says, one thing I learned the hard way is never get in between two women fighting. Never ends well. My advice to Jeremy. Oh, yeah. That's great advice.
I'll drink to that. So far, I don't like what this guy is saying because he's a little homophobic, but like, what he said right there, when two women are fighting, if you're a dude, just stay the fuck out of it. And they're fighting because of you, you're an asshole. Sure, a lot of guys will sit there and be like dreaming of having sex with multiple of age women at the same time. Every guy that's heterosexual dreams about it. But like fucking, when your dick's just too good, and all of a sudden women are fucking fighting over who gets to fuck you first. It's like, ladies, there's plenty of Cobra to go around. And it's like, hey man, if women are fighting and being catty towards each other, just stay the fuck out of it. You don't want to get caught in the crosshairs. And like, you know, the look she gives you, like, it's the look of Lilith just came out and her inner goddess is pissed. Hecate be praised. She just gives you that look like, did I ask for your fucking opinion, you fucking male? You know the feeling. And it's just like, dude, stay out of it. Fucking Sharon got accused of being a fucking racist, and I covered that in my last couple of live streams, and how South Park made fun of Prince Harry and everything, and it's just like, it's all bullshit, dude. Trying to understand it from like both sides of the argument kind of thing. You know, and I hate to use Sharon as an example, but when her and her co-host started fighting, it's just one of those female moments where like, and it's like, why the fuck do women have to be so goddamn catty towards each other? And then at the same time, it's all about supporting your sister, right? And it's just like, yeah, you're full of shit. I'm not trying to pick on anyone or the female sex, but I see how that plays out and call it out for what it is, and then I get called an asshole for saying it. And I'm not saying anything bad. It's just, you know, fucking. Not all women are catty towards each other. That's just a negative female stereotype. Like, oh, typical female, right? You know, oh, geez, did I say that? No, okay. Don't say that on YouTube. People will be coming at you like, Did this motherfucker just say what I think he just said? Like, I didn't say anything.
Be the kaiju, let them fight, let the kaiju fight.
I'm just saying, why the fuck do we have to fight? Well, what's the point of it? Well, what's the fucking...
They rule. Thank you, Griff Cast Clips. Welcome to BLM. Welcome to the Basic Legal Mindset. The best membership out there. You have the access to the Discord, the emojis, everything. Dylan98 says, idols have many flaws, but yours are tolerable. It's what can you tolerate, right? What can you tolerate? Maybe it's me talking about Thailand, Thailand ladyboys too much. That offends you. And by the way, I'm gonna piss off the trad cons tonight. Trad cons are not gonna like me after tonight.
What the fuck is a trad con? I'm an older millennial. I was born in 1991. I'll be 32 next month. And all these like Gen Z terms confuse the fuck out of me. I'm not trying to be like the old man before my time kind of thing, but it's at the same time, it's like all these fucking stupid terms like tradcon and mansplaining and it's just like, okay, what the fuck? I gotta Google this now because this is gonna drive me nuts. GRAD con. What the fuck is even that? Welcome to Apple support. Yeah. What the fuck is a tradcon? Okay, so the Urban Dictionary. Ugh. Take off my costume shades and put on my prescriptions. Oh, here's an ad with some nice of-age titties. Hello. Damn. Short for traditional, conservative, and individual or group that advocates on behalf of values that are present through history, critics of traditional conservative. Okay, so trad-cons are basically asshole Republicans. So we figured that out.
They're gonna be bad. Tradcons real mad after tonight. Okay, let's start out here with the complaint. Let's just roll right into this. So here we go. This is the actual lawsuit. This is raw, unfiltered, uncut. Here's what we got. We'll do this that way. Okay, perfect. So we've got this district court, Northern District of Texas, Sydney Watson versus Blaze Media LLC. Of course, she's suing Blaze, not Elijah, because Blaze has deeper pockets. And because
no, because that's the people who hired her. I'm so sick and tired of people making it about like, oh, she's just doing it for the money and attention. It's like, fuck you, dude. You're not Sydney Watson. You don't know what the fuck she went through. Hashtag stand with Sydney Watson. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, a lot of people are going to give me so much hate for sticking up for Sydney Watson, but it's like, man, what would you do if you were in her shoes? Like, sure, Sydney Watson might say some like really fucking controversial shit on her YouTube or whatever, but like, okay, so who's forcing you to watch?
obviously is going for a workplace discrimination lawsuit. And here's where I'll start. Sydney Watson bringing this type of lawsuit under these causes of action in and of itself is a feminist and inherently socialist method of procedure. By claiming protections in this way, by making this attack, she's
Oh, so blame feminism because that's what all sexist men do, right?
Using the same methods. It's as if
You don't fucking get it, dude. Okay, I'm not a lawyer, so of course, if this asshole responds to this, the last couple of videos that I made about this video, he's just gonna talk down to me like I'm stupid and probably look at me like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know. But I'm like, okay, as a man who was raised by a woman who studies women's history and women's lib, I was raised by a feminist woman, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. You know, my stepmom tennis is just boss like that. And if you got a problem with it, I don't care. No, my stepmom tennis did a video about women's history in Wyoming, and the comment section got blown up with like all these hateful comments about me. And it's just like, man, people's obsession with me is really unhealthy. Holy shit. Like, hey, Tannis, how does it feel knowing your stepson's a piece of shit boglum? I feel so bad for these people because they buy him groceries and blah, 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 blah. And all these people talking shit. And it's just like, oh, hey, guess what? You're just jealous because your parents won't buy you groceries. And FYI, I hate asking my parents for help. You know, you get past a certain age and you've been living on your own for a certain amount of time. It's just like, personally, I expect myself to be a bit more independent, and that I'd rather starve than ask my parents for help. You know, that's just how it is. And furthermore, I'm a YouTube celebrity, so hey, if I say anything of the nature. No, my YouTube trolls are the fucking assholes, dude. They sit there and they harass my stepmom Tanis and my dad. My family has received death threats all because they hate me in my videos. And I'm like, okay, who the fuck's forcing you to watch? Like, I don't go out of my way to harass my trolls, but they go out of their way to harass me, and it's so obvious. And it's kind of sad, to be honest. It really is. The only thing sadder than my dry spell are my YouTube trolls' lives, to be honest.
you yell about free speech when it's Jordan Peterson, but if it's somebody you don't like, let's say it's fucking Destiny or somebody you don't like, whatever, whoever, you start trying to get them deplatformed. You try to get universities to not host them. We got to be fucking considerate.
I mean, he's right on that. People are so sensitive about their opinions in today's society. It's just everything's sexist, everything's offensive, everything's fucking racist. Going on pimp slapping people with this thing, man.
In here, you can't pretend to be mad about feminism, but yet use their greatest tool, one of their greatest weapons. This shows you the hypocrisy just in the fact that it was filed, in the fact that this is a real thing. This was filed.
Okay, to be fair, he's kind of right, but at the same time, stop victim shaming. Feminists love to play the victim and then at the same time bitch because men are all assholes. And so, what's their solution? It's play the victim and hate men back. And it is hypocrisy at its finest. If the definition of feminism is female equality based off of gender equality, and women, you don't want to be treated just like men. You want all the good shits. And I say, give it to them so they shut up about it. Because nobody gives a fuck about what men think in our society. We're expendable, us men. So us men got to stick together in a brotherhood and be like, and not blame women for it because it's not their fault that they're being brainwashed by a systematic society of sexism and oppression. It's what it is. It's what the fuck it is. Society likes to pin women and men against each other by systematically oppressing us in different ways. For example, like men do not get judged for getting laid, but as soon as they try to get laid, you get called a simp. As soon as you're trying to be nice to a woman, regardless of sex, you get called a simp. Whereas women, on the other hand, if you're nice to men, you get told that's not very feminist of you, or like fucking, you know. And as soon as women get sex, if women try to get laid, no one says shit. Girl, get you some. But as soon as they get it, they get slut shamed. And I'm like, that's kind of unfair, and that's just how society does that, you know.
On the 8th, this shows you and exposes that they don't stand by their words. It's their actions. You judge them by their actions like any person. And if their action is, hey, I'm going to file this lawsuit on the basis of my sex, not breach of contract, not tortious interference.
The problem with bullshit like this is like anything else, like Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp or anything of that nature. It's all a lot of, well, he said, she said. And it's just humans being petty towards each other. And life won't wait. You know, I watch the news of the day, take it all and throw it away.
People are saying, okay, if the stream has an issue, guys. Sometimes the stream has an issue. Try refreshing it. But internet's looking good right now.
Watch it all change. Take the news of the day and throw it away. Shine will kill all the pain. I dream of a better society.
Everything with the stream should be fine. $10 from Ginger Ninja said, watch Elijah pop in and on one of Nick's streams. Elijah got drunk, let loose, and it was all pretty cringe. I had to turn it off for a while. The next day, You Are Here podcast was canceled. Damn. And look, two things can be true.
Okay, and I've been known to get a little drunk and go off on how I feel about things, so I totally get Elijah on that, but that's as far as it goes.
Two things can be true. Eliza Schaefer can have problems, right? Eliza Schaefer can have problems. And Sydney Watson can be a feminist, an internalized feminist, a misandrist. Someone just...
Okay, do you even watch Sydney Watson's videos? Sydney Watson is not a feminist because for a lot of women who want female equality, but the modern idea of feminism is men are all assholes, women are all victims, you know, and Sydney's just like,
like Tommy Lauren. If you haven't seen Tommy Lauren's epic rants at all...
Tommy Lauren, how are you pronounce it? That cute little blonde from Fox News.
Then you should check it out. But Tommy Lauren and Sydney Watson are
cute little fucking blonde from Fox News. Get you some of that.
He's in a pod. They're in the same camp.
Sue me. I think Tommy Loren's hot. Sue me. I'm a guy. Sue me.
No difference between them. The fact that you saw anything different is your projection onto them.
People do self-project onto other people. I see it. My trolls are obsessed with calling me a sicko, and it's like, dude, I hate sickos more than I love Ozzy Osbourne. So what the fuck's your problem? What the fuck is your problem? Were you molested as a kid? If so, taking it out on Cobra is not going to help you get over it. You know, I tend to think my trolls are sickos, otherwise they wouldn't obsess over calling me one. And it's like, okay, if you hate sickos like King Cobra does, you can't admit that, oh my God, me and Cobra have something in common. You know, fuck sickos, dude. It's like, it's the truth, dude. They sit there and they harass Ozzy and Sharon, and it's like, at this point, I just want Ozzy to get back on stage and continue making music, and for my trolls to leave him alone, and for his health to get better. It's more important than him signing me, to be honest. I'll drink to that. Sad day, the beer's empty. I say it's Saturday, so let's grab another one. Like, I do not like Justin Bieber. I'm not as, but I'm not a fan of Harry Styles or Justin Bieber or I'm more a fan of Harry Potter, to be honest. uh, even though I don't like Harry Styles or Justin Bieber, you don't see me like obsessively trolling them and trying to ruin their fucking life, because that would just make me look jealous as fuck, dude. Just saying.
Elijah can be cringe. He can be bad, right? That's fine. By the way, even a cringe person is
People are saying chug it. This is for 21 and up to comply with YouTube's guidelines. I've already age restricted the video prior to recording it because I cuss and I tell it like it is. Chug it. Well, I will try, but I'm no Badlands Chugs, y'all. That man is a beast at chugging, dude. If you like watching people chug drinks, you gotta check out Badlands Chugs. Don't touch that mouse. You're watching Badlands Chugs. Yeah, motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch some Badlands Chugs after this video because I haven't seen any of his videos in a hot minute. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with you as long as you're cool with me. As long as you ain't a sicko, man. I don't give a fuck what color your skin is. You know, even if black people look at me like, "Ew, you're a disgusting white piece of shit," I'm like, "Hey, man, you're entitled. You're entitled to that opinion because of your history." And I just want to say, hashtag white guilt. I'm sorry for the way my people treated your people, and I hope that we can be friends.
worthy of due process, is worthy of being innocent until proven guilty. Even a cringe person. I would defend Jack the Cuck.
That is, I'll give him that. This guy's a little homophobic, but like, I'll give him that. It should be innocent until proven guilty. But when you're a man in a modern day society, it's all about hating men and giving us less rights than women because that is payback. And I'm like, okay, revenge sexism and revenge racism isn't going to make anything better. It's just going to continue the hate and the discrimination. Even if your discrimination is less than, say, the people who are dealing revenge hatred. People call it reverse sexism, and I'm like, it's not reverse sexism because if it was reversed, it wouldn't be sexist at all. So if you're gonna use like words to make up stupid terms, I call it revenge sexism. Because women are sick and tired of men, so they want revenge. And I'm like, okay, ladies, you know how it feels to be treated like that, so why do it to someone else? And what it comes down to is people just need to grow the fuck up and stop being such petty assholes to each other. Cobra, what?
in due process. I'm consistent. Everybody deserves due process. But when you see the Carfax, when you see the hook come out, when you see the videos, you're like, all right, I've seen it. You want the evidence. But once you've seen the evidence, you're like, all right, I've seen a lot of the evidence. I don't need to see any more. But everybody deserves that due process. Even the people you find cringe. And I'm gonna say that. I don't like Elijah. I would never watch his shit.
Yeah, and I feel the same way on that. I never would have watched Elijah Schaefer, but he had my YouTube friend Sydney on there, and I was just like, "Oh, Sid's on there, cool. I'll show her some support. Subscribe to the channel." Admittedly, when I first watched Sydney Watson, I was offended by some of the things she said, but then I got over it, and now I feel bad for calling and all the angry things that I might have said about her in the past when I first started watching her. Now I look back on it and go, oh, cringe, because now I'm one of her YouTube subscribers. So it's like, and on top of that, man, I don't appreciate fucking people attacking Sydney Watson for being a grifter. It's like, if any of you has ever been sexually harassed, oh, that's right, sexual harassment doesn't work for men. It only works for women. That's how the feminists have said it. Now think about it. If a woman rapes a dude, no one's gonna say shit except, bro, you got laid. Have a cigar and celebrate. And it's like, no, dude, she had a gun pointed in my head and she was forcing me to do it. And then that's when they'll care. Oh, she was using attempted murder. Okay, now we'll take it seriously. It's almost like just because men are the tougher sex, they expect us to be tough. And when men are not tough, we're demasculated for it. And it's a disgusting, toxic culture that us men live in. And it's no different for women. You know what I'm saying? As I'm speaking as a man, I know how that goes. My whole life, my whole 32, almost 32 years of existence, people are looking at, I've heard it my entire life about men this and men that. When I was younger, I didn't understand it, but now I'm starting to come into my stride, as Terrence Pop would say. Yeah. See, women from the age of like 18 to 35, 40 years old, they have that stride. Men don't come into their stride until they're 30 plus, because men under the age of 30 have this thing called dick thinking, and it gets them into a lot of trouble. All this testosterone, and you got your balls, and so of course you're just like, hey, this constant need for approval. That's what it is. Like, that's what makes the newest episode of South Park so true. It hurts because people are constantly seeking other people's approval. And it's just like, do your thing and fuck what anybody thinks. As long as you ain't a sicko, who gives a shit? Like women, they have this competition where they got to be prettier than the woman they hate. And men, it's like, well, I got to be tougher than the man I hate. And I'm a lot tougher than people give me credit for, like physically and mentally. And there's times where I just tell myself it's not worth getting overworked up about it. Who cares if it makes you look like a bitch? Being the bigger person makes the other person look like a bitch, to be honest.
He comes off as a weirdo to me. Like, I would not watch his shit.
No, I wouldn't watch Elijah Schaefer because he's a diehard Christian, and I don't judge him for being Christian, as long as he doesn't judge me for being a Cobra demon. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Shout out to all my demons and my angels in chat. That's what's up. Yeah, it's funny how life works, isn't it? Yeah. Like, my religion's a combination of different religions, like mainly witchcraft and like Satanism, a sprinkle of Hindu with like, how they worship cobras kind of thing, and a little bit of Rastafarian because they smoke pot, man, and fucking, just different aspects from certain religions. Uh, Now, if you're a male in the Cobra cults, you're considered a demon, and if you're a female in the cults of mine, you're considered an angel. Just how I see it. It's not seen as the Christian definition of demon versus angel. Yeah, a little insight on that. And people who give me shit about it, it's like, actually, it's a thing. And then like people see what I'm doing on YouTube and they dig it. They're like, yeah, it's Cobra. Hanging out with Cobra on the weekend, be like, nah, 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 nah.
Might be a fine dude. I don't know him. Nick would be able to tell you better about him personally. I haven't met him. I don't know the guy. Just from what I see online, I don't watch him.
I just had peppermint hot chocolate, and then this happened.
Hey, cutie, how you doing?
This continuous glucose monitor is a small device that you put on your arm, and it lets you see how your body and glucose levels respond to different foods in real time. You just need to scan your CGM using the NutriSense.
Yo, the chick in this hat is cute. What's up? Skip. Oh, God.
So let's start here.
Sexually harassing.
He's suing the deep pockets. He's suing Blaze. Blaze has the money. Let's go. And this is actually,
Well, here's the thing of it, and this is the problem with suing people is, okay, and I'll use Sydney's situation as an example. It's not about them having the money. It's okay, Blaze TV has the coworkers, and then the coworkers are the one that initiated. So you got to take it. Whenever women sit there and try to attack sexual harassment at the head of the organization, you get assholes like this who are just like, it's only because Blaze makes the money. And I'm like, seriously, dude, you don't know Sydney Watson's story. Leave her the fuck alone. If you were sexually harassed or raped and your accuser got away with it, you would be fucking pissed. You would be depressed. And all that on top of YouTube and like how stupid our society's getting and just everyone being just to a point, well, not everyone entirely, but you know what I'm saying. Just society in general and life. You're just like, meh. Come to find out that black and green are my Scottish Viking ancestors' colors. Get you some, YouTube. I come from Scottish Viking ancestors, ranch hands, and a military background. I'm damn proud of it. And I'm also a little bit British too. Yeah, on top of it, fucking hell. Ladies love a British man. Hello, missus. Can I butter your crumpets? You want to see my Big Ben?
not that long. It seems long, but it's not. Miss Watson has suffered injuries from the derailment of her multi-million-dollar career. Full stop. Full stop. This is what this is about. This is about her career, okay?
Well, if it's about your career, you take it seriously too. And furthermore, dude, if a female was sexually harassing you and she got away with it because of hashtag cunt privilege, and nobody said anything about it, they were just like, bro, a chick said you look sexy and smacked you on the ass. Get over it. You got some, you know? That's how men get treated when it comes to that situation. Fucking, you'd be pissed. And then if you tried to sue the woman for sexual harassment because of it, and people just look at you like, oh, you're just a grifter. You're just stupid. And you know, when I say hashtag cunt privilege, that's not to diminish the fact that men have privilege too. If you follow King Cobra JFS, and Love and Vanity is a really beautiful album because it literally takes all the frustrations that I feel towards the dating scene and like the hypocrisy of both sides and turns it into an album. Love and Vanity. And the album cover is fucking beautiful, dude. Like the skeletons on the front of Love and Vanity, it's super goth. It represents eternal love, you know. So like it's beautiful but chaotic at the same time, kind of thing.
Her career. For those that may need to, let's highlight this right here. This is about, first and foremost, her career. This is not about her traditional principles. This is about her.
Okay, let me ask you this, bud. This guy's just going off. Like, this guy's a fucking total prat, in my opinion. You know, no disrespect, but you're a fucking prat, mate. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was your fucking career on the stakes, of course you're gonna do everything you can to protect it because that's your bread and butter, dude. I don't care what fucking gender you are. If you want to identify as a non-binary alien, what the fuck ever, I don't care. As long as you ain't a sicko, I do not fucking care.
It's about the money. These women, these tradcon girls, just care about the money.
Oh, great. So you found a new way to slut shame. Fantastic. I'll admit, like, trad cons are stupid. It's like, okay, I get having a little bit of tradition, but there's just certain things that were done back in the day, like, that shouldn't be repeated because it's called progressing. You know, this is why trad cons are annoying as fuck. Because back in like the 1800s, it was old enough to bleed, old enough to breed. And that's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. The way women were treated back in those days. Women today don't realize how fucking amazing they have it in today's society. And I respect that girl power because it's all about power to the people. You know, gender does exist, otherwise you wouldn't transition. Okay, if gender does not exist, then why the fuck are you transgender? It's in the fucking terminology, man. And I'm not trying to be a dick by saying it like that, but it's the truth. You got a bunch of transgendered people who say gender doesn't exist. Okay, if gender does not exist, then why the fuck do you identify as transgender? And that's the hard question that nobody wants to answer. And it gets met with, well, you fucking blah, 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 blah. And it's like, hey, you know what? I support trans people. I'm just asking the really obnoxious questions that make you think.
About their career. They've gotten this far, especially when I'm talking about these girls. I'm talking about the influencers. I'm not talking about your Graham. I'm not talking about the girls that never come on the internet. I'm talking about the influencers. I'm talking about the conserva thoughts on the gram, on YouTube, The real TradCon girls, the real ones. I'm talking the real ones. You will never see them on camera.
No, because as soon as you get your more traditional females, other women are gonna slut shame them and then just accuse them of trying to get cock and then basically calling them a female simp and it's just all catty bullshit, YouTube. It really is. You know, like you see some Instagram model who's got 10 million followers. And she puts on a little bit of makeup, shows off her fucking tits, shows off her ass, and all these horny soy boys who want to fuck it so bad they can't stand it. You know, and women have that they have that dynamic, they have that power in society, dude. And I respect it. So you can sit here and call me what you want to call me. I acknowledge it for what it is. Like women have that power, but at the same time, men built society. So that's how that kind of yin and yang effect works. And it's not about, you know, men versus women, it's about working together. And the thing you have to fucking say and realize is that, yeah, the men who built society, guess who gave birth to those men? Their mothers. Cheers, YouTube. Women's lib. Let's drink to that, huh? Shout out to all my Cobra angels. Fucking get it. Because Cobra Cult is all about female and male empowerment, empowering yourself. You as a man, you are a god, you are a king, you are the lion, you are the head of your pride. If you're a female, you're a goddess, you're a lioness. And nothing can contain your badass energy. Nothing. There's nothing you can't do. The power of the mind. Believe in yourself. Don't believe in some bullshit Christian sky god. You know, worship Satan, worship yourself. That's how I do it. Or idolize Satan, if that, you know, whatever. But you get what I'm dropping, YouTube. Oh, look, the satanic goth hippie is back at it again with another video.
Never see them. They don't want to be on camera. All Sydney wants is her career. That's what she cares about, is the money in her career. She does not.
And that's kind of a bigger reflection of why I hate our society. I'm sick and tired of how sex and money control our society. There, I said it. I mean, yeah, it's nice when you have money and you can get pussy on the regular, but if you cannot be happy without those things, then you're going to be miserable. You know, like sex, money, greed, and corruption and hypocrisy control our society, and it's fucking disgusting. And the same assholes who bitch about this crap are the ones usually contributing to it. Like Cobra, that's kind of unfair for you to say because you have a sex appeal that some ladies like. I say some, yeah. Kidding me, dude? And fucking holy shit, I got some hot fangirls. Huh. I'm like, I do find it to be funny at the same time, a little sexually frustrating when it's like, okay, you haven't had sex in fucking almost 6 years, but you got some really hot of age fangirls that would cuddle and fuck the shit out of you in a heartbeat. So it's like, and that's kind of why I quit bitching about it. And I'm like, you know what? Focus on improving qualities. Fucking long live Aussie motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying.
About your conservative principles. This is not about.
Oh, your conservative principles. Where? All these fucking libtards and retarded Republicans, blah, 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 blah. I'm so sick of hearing politics on this issue. It's like you're either a radical libtard or a fucking retarded Republican. Radical retarded. And radicalization is a bitch because it exists on all sides.
Additional principles. We're going to get there. But make no mistake about that. Squid says, I'm not sure how far Sydney is going to get with the lawsuit. I'm biased because I enjoy her content. But the fact Elijah was eventually fired for the same kind of allegations made by another woman. Yep. And I'm aware of this.
That right there, YouTube. If all you will do is want to hate on Sydney Watson because Cobra is a fan of her videos. You know what I'm saying? You want to accuse Sydney Watson of being a grifter, but it's like Elijah Schaefer got canceled for doing this crap to another woman. So it's like, okay, if it was one woman, you know, people could have like the benefit of the doubt kind of thing. But he literally did this to another woman